This is James Lutton, delighted to be joined with Jack Catterall. Jack, how are you, mate?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
Good stuff. Obviously, another little training session today ahead of your big Grudge match, rematch, Josh Taylor, May 25th. It's getting closer and closer now. It should have been recently. How's camp going?
Yeah, really good. Should have been last weekend with 3.5 weeks out now. So preparations are going well. It's been a long time coming, but I've been training well, living well, and it's only a matter of time now.
What's it like to have that break, having to potentially stop camp for a little bit or not go as intense and have to postpone that date?
Yeah, it is what it is. Things happen in life and in boxing, and it's not ideal. You have a training camp, 10, 12 weeks, and you're preparing and you're getting sparring partners and building to the fight. For then it to be knocked back a month, you just have to adjust. Luckily, I've got a great team, coaches, and shuffle things around and move stuff. And again, we're peaking out at the right time again.
So you've done a little press tour recently with Josh, and there was a bit of pushing and shoving and back and forth about both of those. In terms of that, obviously, it's real needle in this. Do you have respect for Josh as a fighter?
Yeah, I've got respect for every fighter, for anyone who jumps in the ring and puts the life on the line for other people's entertainment. But outside of the ring, there's not a lot of respect there for Josh.
Does he push your buttons?
I won't say he pushes me buttons. I'm not emotionally invested enough in him to let him affect me emotionally. But uh, unfortunately for me, I have to spend time in his company, and we're fighting each other, so I do have to see him. But yeah, he's just not my kind of guy.
You come on to my next question quite nicely, and that's about emotions and letting emotions get involved. You just said there, you're not emotionally invested. How do you draw that line and keep it as business and a fight?
Yeah, I think it's something that has been embedded in me. Boxing, as much as it's a passion of mine, it's at that stage now in my career where it's a business and it's a grudge match. It's a big fight. It's a domestic fight that people are excited to see. But I know I've got to go in there and beat him and use my brain and fight intelligently. But I can't let emotions get involved. That way, I think you'll end up making mistakes, and I think that's probably how Josh does end up fighting. He fights with a lot of emotion. You see it in his character. He's quite fiery, and I think you've got to come away from that and use your brain.
I know Jamie, your coach, is very much into his visualization, manifestation, and he tries to instill that in you guys in the gym as well. What happens when, after the Josh Taylor fight, where you didn't get the result that everybody thought you had received in the bag? What happens then with that side of things? Does it just reset and start again?
Yeah, it was frustrating. Went home in a couple of days, spent with the family. Quite fortunate that I've got a great training team, like I just said, Jamie, Nigel, and everybody else in the team, and my family. But yeah, it was frustrating, but it is what it is. You can only control your variables. It was out of my hands, the judges, etc. So you got to reset. And boxing's what I do. It's been my life, so I couldn't just stop there. I've got to carry on, and I've got a point to prove now.
Do you feel your stock rose in that defeat?
Yeah, I believe so. My first shot at the world title, undisputed as well for all four world titles, and it was a chance to show a glimpse of what I'm capable of, and I think I showed that night, and there's a lot more to come.
I want to talk a little bit about your fan base. You've got a WhatsApp group where you sell your tickets for this fight and other fights as well. And I'm in that group, and I saw it sold out before ticketing went on sale with Matchroom. How much, or how thankful are you to your fan base?
Massively. There's been periods of inactivity over the last couple of years, stop and starts with fights. Again, through no fault of my own. Everybody knows I'm in the gym year round looking after myself, so it's frustrating. But then for tickets to go, and I understand it's a big fight, it's a domestic fight, but time and time again from last year for the Linares fight, the Foley fight, they turn out in big numbers, so that I'm forever grateful for.
And what you're expecting from your fans come fight night in Leeds?
It's going to be a big night, it's going to be hostile. I know there's going to be some Scottish turn up, a lot of English in there. We're in Leeds, it's going to be bouncing, I expect it to be electric, and I'm excited for it.
Why Leeds? It seems to me it was a very random location. So you're from Manchester, he's from Scotland. It just seemed a bit of an odd one, really.
Yeah, I think we went up to Scotland for the first fight, which was right. We said we would like to fight in Manchester. He didn't want to come to Manchester. We always believed, me, Sam and the team believed it was a big fight. Getting asked over the last couple of years off everybody. And I always believed it'd sell at an arena. We talked about London, but again, made no sense. He's from way up north. I'm from the north as well, so London didn't make sense. But Manchester would have been ideal. He wasn't comfortable with that, so Leeds was the next best thing. And you know what? It's not a bad thing. It's an hour from where I live, so there'll certainly be a lot to turn up.
Talk to me about the not. Don't give me away the game plan, obviously, and give away the tactics. But is there much for you to change from the first fight?
Of course, I've done a lot of learning since the first fight. You have to watch the fight back. Josh will adjust and do things different, and so will I. There were mistakes I made in the fight and things that I need to improve on. Likewise with Josh, and I'm always looking to improve every fight. So, although we've shared the ring before with 12 rounds, we know each other's styles. There'll certainly be different aspects of the fight.
He's now with Joe McNally in Rotunda in Liverpool. Are you expecting a completely different Josh Taylor come fight night?
No, not at 30 odd years old. I think he'll be trying new things. He's had the one fight against Lopez and might be in a different mind frame, and the stuff he's doing different in training, but again a fresh set of eyes on him. But I think ultimately he's been fighting for long enough now. We know what Josh Taylor's style is. He maybe tries to do something for a couple of rounds, but I don't think he can do that. He'll always be Josh Taylor.
A lot of people felt that you beat Josh Taylor first time round. Obviously, Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor. Is there going to be an enormous amount of pressure on Josh Taylor coming this fight?
Yeah, but I put that pressure on myself as well. It's a big fight. We both want to win it. I visualise winning it every day. Of course, he's got a point to prove, but so have I.
You mentioned that you visualise it. Tell me what's going to happen May 25th. Give me your prediction.
It's going to be a win for Jack Catterall May 25th.
Points or you stopping Josh this time?
I'm going to go for him. If I see the stoppage, I'll take it. But I'll be happy just to beat him up pillar to post for 12 rounds.
And then after that, moving forward, you've got aspirations. What's next?
Of course, I'm not going to talk about what's next. I think I'll never make that mistake of overlooking a fight. It's a big fight for me, but a fight that I believe will win. And the future's bright. The 140 division is stacked. There's 4 world titles now, and a lot of big fights to be made. So I think the kind of excitement is, I win this next fight, and we're in a division where there's going to be a lot of big fights.
Does it excite you knowing the talent and the depth of pool at your weight?
Yeah, 100%. And I've said it from being young. I'm not interested. Listen, I've got the loss on my record now, but I've never wanted to be one of them fighters that retired undefeated, saying that I'm competitive and I want to win every fight, but I want to test myself against every fighter, all these champions in the division. I want to see how good I can be.
You mentioned there the undefeated record and the Floyd Mayweather effect. Everyone's trying to protect their own as such. Did you feel any relief of that pressure when you did take that loss?
No, it was hard to take because it's a mark on my record that I think shouldn't be there. And listen, an undefeated record is nice, but it's not everything. We've seen many great champions that have took losses in their career, but it is what it is at this point.
Jack, thank you very much for your time and all the best of luck for May 25th.
Thank you very much.